The Local Show, featuring conversations with business owners, employees, and local business leaders about their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business. Right here in Central New York. The Local Show is locally produced by Zoey Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Welcome back and welcome in. This is our number 2 of The Local Show. Get ready for engaging interviews with Joe Scripa. He's the owner of the Scripa Group, real estate and property management. Cheryl Silvestrini is the administrator at Bluefield Manor. John Tomino stops by. He's the co-founder of In My Father's Kitchen, and he's bringing Dr. David Lehman from House Calls for the Homeless. And then Eric Schumacher is commercial sales and an estimator at Onondaga Flooring. All in our number 2 right here on The Local Show with Steve and Tom.
Hey.
Yeah, how you doing there?
Our number 2. I'm doing all right. I'm actually hungry. I'm always hungry.
Yeah.
Early, late, that whole incremental fasting thing, I don't know. I think it's probably more psychological. And then you go on vacation. We were in Boston last week, and what do? You eat all the time.
Yeah. Did you get any good fish, eating fish there, or did you not look for that?
Didn't really. I had some nice clam chowder.
Oh, very nice.
And I did have a good piece of salmon.
No scrod?
I had a salmon.
You didn't have a scrod?
What's the deal? I saw that.
Yeah, scrod's good stuff.
You know what? I don't know that I've ever had it.
Neither do I.
It was like salmon or scrod. Salmon just sounds better.
Yes.
Scrod sounds, I don't know.
Is scrod like a scavenger in a cod? Or?
I'm not sure.
Yes.
It could be.
Yeah.
That's good. A scrod, of course.
Yeah, so it was a no to the scrod.
Okay.
But we went to the Oyster House, some famous restaurant there. Blah, blah, blah. That was fine. This poor guy was coming up the stairs.
How do you know he was poor?
Because he fell.
Oh, that's terrible.
And he had a huge tray of food.
Did you bump into him?
And it went bump, 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 bump. It was the most disastrous fall I've ever seen. And the kid had clam chowder all over me. He was like horrified.
Oh my gosh.
And there was a plate of the people up near us, and it was probably 8 entrees. Bump, bang, and he went by and he looked so miserable. He had clam chowder all over him. I saw him later. He's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry. Everything's running behind." It's okay, dude. You know?
Right? Yeah, because you can relate because you're a klutz yourself. Yeah.
And the poor kid. So we didn't tip him.
Yeah. You fell. You're worthless.
Is that a loser? We didn't tip him.
No, that's terrible.
Not true.
Here's a winner or a real wiener. Yeah. It's Joe Scripa, owner of the Scripa Group in real estate and property management. How are you there,
Great,
Joe?
Tom. How about yourself?
Well, I'm hanging in there. You and Kelly and the gang have been doing some really great stuff.
Yes, she's no longer home. She's at the office.
Yeah, she's there a lot, which is great. So now I have to cook.
Beyond sunset, till dark.
You guys are busy.
Last night, yeah.
And you can tell people a little bit about what you do because I think, we know that you do residential properties and we know that you do commercial properties, but you also do a lot of that management of the property.
And we are getting a little bit more specified in that, and we're kind of dividing roles in saying we have residential specialists, commercial specialists, and then a few of us that specialize in managing and overseeing and advising.
Speaking of roles, do you have any lobster rolls?
No lobster rolls.
Okay, no lobster rolls.
Oh, that sounds good. I'm still recovering from Boston. Yeah. That sounds good.
But right now, we do find ourselves managing a lot of projects. Right now, we have a very interesting project that we're taking over a second time. We started in Lakeland, what we call the Lakeside Business Center. It's an incubator for small businesses. It used to be Corso's Cookies. So
yeah, I know where that
is.
It's
a food grade. Yes, it's right next to
Vineyard Church.
The Vineyard Church, that's right, in New York Bakery. We've turned that into an incubator for small food type businesses.
Gotcha.
So we've got a Crave Dessert Studio works out of there. There's a company called Saucy Confections. They make wine gummies.
Wine gummies?
Wine gummies. Then we have some clean room space because it was such a clean building.
Yeah.
And we have a fellow who makes electronic circuit boards. It's very clean.
Circuit boards, foods, and then
it's clean.
eggs.
It's clean. No. It's clean. The key is it's clean. We remanufactured this building. You look at it, the floors look like a gymnasium. Shiny.
Like the first day of school, when you went to go back.
Shiny.
Yeah. Well, so as far as the Scripa Group and your services,
so
you made that
We made that building we took it from 15,000 square feet, one tenant, to 15,000 square feet, 6 tenants.
So you manage all the construction.
So we manage the construction, then we do the tenanting, and that particular property was purchased by somebody, and now they've invited us back to do the management again.
So if somebody had investment money, like say there were 3 or 4 owners of something and they wanted to go in on a building, they don't know anything about building stuff. They just want to own it. Then you come in and you do all that management.
Yeah, that's right. We would be like somebody's, has a financial advisor and tells you what stocks and what to invest in.
Okay, I gotcha.
If it were Steve, it would be billboards.
Yeah.
Yes, there we go.
Now, I also noticed going down Route 81, this big horse farm thing over in Cicero.
You mean the one with that little sign on it?
The sign that takes up the whole side of the building.
I haven't gotten 2,000 calls on that yet. We're at about 1,999 phone calls so far.
What a nice piece of property.
It's an amazing piece of property. So if you go up 690 in Baldwinsville, now that we just went from Cicero, this property's in Cicero that you're talking about, directly across from Drivers Village if you're going up 81. If you're in Baldwinsville, you'll see townhomes being built along the side of the highway. As things develop here and we have this huge need for housing, it's an ideal site for the townhomes to be built.
Right.
Great townhome community, just like you see down in Maryland and Pennsylvania and stuff like that as you're driving down 81.
Right, I like the whole horse barn thing going on there.
I like the old horse barn, and hey, maybe, hopefully Cicero, the town of Cicero will approve something like that without much difficulty because, otherwise, it's going to be a horse farm or a pig farm or who knows what.
Yeah. Well, it could also be a nice hotel. It's not too far away from the
there is
airport.
A little bit of an access issue there, but housing is the best thing there because there's access. It is accessible for housing.
Yeah, that whole 481 they've been doing right at 81.
Yeah,
that's massive. They've 2 lanes off, 4 on, and it's.
I ended up in Cortland yesterday, so we're looking at a project.
Wrong turn from Cicero?
Yeah, I just got a little diverted. So we had clients in, looking at a project down in Cortland, and I ended up down there yesterday. But as I was heading south out of Syracuse, all the bridges are gone. They're all gone. 481, everything's gone.
Right.
Oh, I love that.
I hadn't been down there.
I love that.
It was amazing.
It is amazing. On 41 up there, they've taken out all those sound barrier walls.
Yeah. New ones are going to go in.
So they just going farther out, or they just replace? Is it in the same space?
I'm not sure, but I think that big, like up in Cicero, that huge embankment. I don't think that's a bridge. I think that's a sound barrier.
I
think that's a sound barrier.
They want it to be.
It's amazing.
But nonetheless, growth is happening. Now is an amazing time to be listing a house, and we have specialists that do just housing.
Right.
And then, as far as investments or managing commercial property, there's a few of us in the office that's all we specialize in.
And Micron's not happening, I heard.
Micron's definitely not happening. with National Grid announcing that they're going ahead and committing the money to running the wire. Which National Grid won't connect anything without having
all that.
Now the water, isn't there some big water line that's going to come down too? Wasn't that all part of the thing?
That was the property that somebody sold across the street. The water is going to come straight through. Yeah. Well, right across Cotnoy Road.
It's a lot of water. So if somebody had a commercial building, maybe it was second generation. Should they sit on it until it's worth more? Or should they do something now,
I would start looking right now. Everybody thinks that there's going to be some billions. If a piece of land is worth $100,000 today, and let's say it's 1 acre and it's worth $100,000, it's not going to be worth $500,000 tomorrow.
Right.
Yeah, it's a long, long time.
Right. I always see these properties where
today's the day to make the call.
Right.
Who would they call?
315-452-1200, the Scripa Group.
Yeah, call Joe Scripa and the whole gang over there. Get your properties in order, and there's going to be a lot happening.
And Kelly too.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kelly will relay the messages and talk and all
Kelly's
that
out hustling. She's out hustling too. Yeah.
Well, she better be. Gotta make a living. All right. Thank you so much, Joe, and have a great rest of the day. Okay.
Yes, you too.
All right. Cheryl Silvestrini is coming by next. She's an administrator at Bluefield Manor. We'll learn all about that company coming up on The Local Show on 570 WSYR.